I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep. But I'm afraid of a pack of sheep led by lions. I came here to raise lions. I came here to provoke you. I came here to disrupt you. I came here to set that fire inside you. No matter the recession in the forest, a lion will never eat grass. Monkey no the bongo. No. A lion is not the tallest animal in the jungle. A lion is not the biggest animal in the jungle. A lion is not the fattest animal in the jungle. A lion is not the fastest animal in the jungle. So if you ask the lion, did you pass your fastest animal exam? He will say no. Did you pass the longest animal in the jungle? He will say no. Did you pass the biggest animal in the jungle exam? He will say no. Did you pass the wisest animal in the jungle? So what did you get in fastest? F. What did you get in strongest? F. What did you get in this one? F. What did you get in this one? F. So in your school set exam, you get F, 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 F. No problem. But yet he's the king of the jungle. Your academics is not a guarantee for your success. Keep your first class one side. Keep your 2-1 one side. Keep your 2-2 one side. Show me your attitude. A lion will look at an elephant. He say, I will eat this. Because that is how he thinks. An elephant will see it and run away. It is not a function of your size. It is a function of your attitude. Walk to that person and say, you need to be in this platform. Otherwise, you look for me tomorrow. Start talking to them now. Stop pitying them. Time is ticking. TikTok, TikTok. Where are my lions? Can I hear you say, Ahoo? So at this point in time, it is important that you know that decisions make men. What decision do you want to take today? What decision do you want to happen in your life? What decision do you want to see in 5 years' time? Everybody overestimates what you can accomplish in 1 year, but you underestimate what you can accomplish in 5 years. Stop thinking short term. Think about the long term. Money follows attention. You are too quiet for success. Once you make noise, you command attention. Hey. We don't show. Everybody was born naked. Everybody. There is nobody I know that came out with shoes, iPad, BlackBerry, nobody. Everybody came out naked. The only thing a baby comes out is the fear of falling down and the fear of a loud noise. Every other thing you learned to be poor. So if you are going to be successful, you have to unlearn poverty and learn success. Unlearn poverty and learn success. I was tired of 1,000, 5,000, 20,000. I was tired. My brother, small money is bad. So I wrote on my wall 100 million. I wrote it on the wall, big with paper. I will lie down by my bed on the floor. When I wake up, it's 100 million. I see. I wrote it on my ceiling, 100 million. When I turn like this, 100 million. Turn like this, 100 million. In my bedroom. Turn like this, 100 million. My toilet, when I'm sitting on the throne, 100 million. This book will not pass me by. Whatever you look on, once there is a will, there will always be a way. I put a target on my mind, 100 million. And I put a time, 1 year. 1 year. When you put a target and a time, direction will appear. What is your target? What time do you have? When you put a time and a target, you turn to a madman. The world does not excuse the road for human beings. It's when you are mad, the road will clear. Stop thinking about 500,000. When you have a time and a target, everything changes. Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, my mentor, my boss, says in Africa, when a gazelle wakes up, it has to run faster than the fastest lion, otherwise it will be eaten. It says also in that same Africa, when a lion wakes up, it has to run faster than the fastest gazelle, otherwise it will faster than the fastest gazelle, otherwise it will not eat. The moral of the story is whether you are a gazelle or a lion, when you wake up, laugh all you want. I am too busy building an empire. God bless you. Have a fantastic day. Ahoo! Ahoo! God bless you.
I don't understand.
As in, I'll put it on video and be recording.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you hear me, sir? I guess your mic is muted. I don't know. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me? All right, but your voice is not audible.
Hear you. Can you hear me? So can you hear me now?
Very well, sir. I can hear you very well. Very well.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you very well.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Welcome, yes, sir. It's good to have you here. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, yes, my awesome face. Been a while, sir. Thank you for honoring my
Yeah.
invitation to speak on this conference.
Uh,
I'm
thank
happy
God
to be
for that.
doing this. I'm happy to be doing this with you. The last time I had you on my podcast, I was regretting that I did not bring you the first time of my
It's
conference, the first edition we did last year. And I wish I had known you well before now. I would have bring you.
it's okay.
And I don't know if there's any time I will never bring you
No,
again
it's
to my
okay.
conference because you are just filled with so much wisdom. Like it's just like the wisdom of Solomon. You know,
uh,
I can't. There will never be a time that I will never bring you to my conference podcast. As long
uh,
as the team is centered around your area of expertise, I always bring you on board. So thank you, Sir Julius
can you imagine?
Afolabi. That's
Uh,
the truth, too. That's the truth, too. That's the truth. Bitter truth. That's the truth. If
uh,
anybody know who is speaking here, they'll always be coming
it's
for
so
you
it's so
because you
good.
are a sought after speaker.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for believing in this guy called Hollins, the success soldier. Thank you for always being there for me. Now I was going back to the past, like, am I not that same guy that wanted to commit suicide? What if I had done that then? Would I be able to be doing
Okay.
something I'm doing now? Would I be able to be touching lives if I
Yes.
had died? And you were one of the people who called me to say, Collins, no, don't do this. There are people who have gone to university, who have graduated, who have never done what you are doing. You have this advantage. You have this advantage. You can turn it to your power. You can turn it to many things. And that's why you are here to speak about turning your adversity to your advantage, to build abundance wealth. If
Oh,
I have died now, I would have been forgotten so soon. Nobody will remember me.
okay.
When I'm alive, I could touch more life, bring more people that I'm bringing that
Okay.
you pay them a 1 million naira for them to speak at your program
Okay.
for an hour. Talk about, I don't want to mention names. There's people we see there. I know what I'm saying. To invite somebody like you is not cheap. And we are here. You are here. I'm alive. And I'm glad I did not do it because if I had died in my grave, I'll be regretting by now. I remember when you called me, then you told me, Collins, go and listen to people like Bishop Oyedepo, the General Overseer of Redeemed Church, Enoch Adeboye, and I gladly respected your words. I was like, I have another chance. Let me turn this my adversity to my advantage. And now I'm building wealth. I have an estate. I have a real estate company. I already had that idea then, but it has not been launched. And this idea has now been launched and pushed to the marketplace, and we are making massive results. Just starting from just a revelation, an idea. But what if I have not have somebody like you in my life to complain about my pains,
Yeah.
my bothered, my burdens, things that I've been bothered about, that I've carried on my shoulder, that I have no place to lay those burdens? I should have been gone already. But because I have somebody like you who could sit me down, call me, speak to me for hours, for minutes, talking to me, reaching out to me every day, Collins, you'll be fine. These two will go soon. This mess, you will pass it. This mess will be your message. This, man, I was, it just brings back so much memories that I have somebody who could believe in me. It just brings back so much memory that I've been so much in tough times, and I've been tougher than those tough times. And that's what makes me the success soldier. That will make me stand. I'm resilient. I'm relentless. I'm obsessed with winning and succeeding. I'm obsessed. I'm just obsessed with everything. I fast forwarded my life. I don't live like I'm 25. I live like I'm 52. I live like I'm 60. I don't live like I'm young. I don't think centered around my age. I think beyond my age. And I do things with people who are older than me, who have gone farther than me, who have seen far than me. Because that's what I want to be my reality. And I want to appreciate you, Sir Julius Afolabi, publicly for being with me in the place of secret to teach me, to advise me, to tell me, Collins, don't commit suicide. Who would have believed? But there's some people I would tell my problem, they'll go and cast it. You won't believe. Collins said this. The guy that they call success soldier, now he's losing his power, committing suicide. But you never took that to the public. You took my secret, you took my adversity, you turned it to my advantage, it became my power. Now I'm building abundance wealth in my industry. Thank you so much, sir, for believing in me. I love you and I'll continue to love you. You are one of the great mentors I have around me. Thank you. I'm crying inside. The tears, I can't even control it. I remember what I've been through, and having people like you around me have made me stronger because you've gone through what I've been through. That's why it's good to have mentors who have been in that pit force that you would have gone through. You will not go through it again because I've gone through it. So thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I love you. I love you. If you were not in my life, I should have been dead by now. I don't have people like you and Neo, Soinka. I should have been dead by now. I should have been gone. I should have forgotten so soon. I- How would I be thinking of doing another episode, another edition of this conference, of my podcast, of the great stuff I've done? I would have think
Thank
of
you.
building Creation City. But because I have people like you in my cycle, in my environment, that makes all the difference. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So, because I don't know who else will be going through what I'm going through or what I've gone through, because of the things you spoke to me in secret,
Yeah.
I want you to be out there in public so that anybody who's going through that same stuff will be able to come out of that mess. They'll turn that mess to their message, that pain to their power. That's have to bring it for this conference. Because I believe words can be transferred.
Thank
Words
you
can be
so
transferred. It's only
much.
going to be for those who are positioned to receive it, who are positioned to receive it, who will be in that frequency, who will be in that atmosphere, who will be in that realm. That realm. There's an atmosphere for words. There's an atmosphere for healing. There's an atmosphere for everything, and everything have spirit and vibration. And I thank God for having you in my association because the association I've had with you
Thank
have
you.
affected my vibration. It has affected my vibration inside of me. And anybody that listens to me could feel it from the vibration of my sound, my voice, my words. I've been through this thing. Thank you so much, Sir Julius Afolabi. Thank you. I will not even have much time to introduce you. I'll put your introduction in the comment section, in the link of this video later, for them to know who I'm having here on this conference. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So let's get started. This is Sir Julius Afolabi. He's a great man
I
who
agree
have taken
totally
me
with you.
from the gutters. Thank you so much, sir. So you have the stage now. I'm here to learn and just keep quiet and learn from mentor.
Yeah.
I guess your mic is muted. I don't know.
Yeah.
Your mic is it? I think your mic is muted. I can't hear you.
Mm.
Is your mic muted?
You're welcome.
Okay, it's better now. Your mic is okay now. I can hear you very well now.
You're welcome. It's all right. Thank you very much, King Izzy. And I want to thank God for what God is doing in your life and what God is doing through you. Everything that everything that will happen for another person would happen through another person. So it's there's a reason, one of the reasons why our path crossed. Yes. Is it? No, maybe it's from your end. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Very well, sir. I can hear you.
Can
Let
you
me
hear
be.
me now?
I can hear. Let me be at the back stage. Should be on the front
Can
stage.
you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. So you can hear me now, loud and clear. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay, that's fine. So let's no problem. Okay, no, that's fine. That's okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Anyone that is directly online on this particular session. My name is Julius Afolabi, and I am a premium business coach and a value improvement strategist. Right, I help high net worth individuals, skilled and professional and entrepreneurs to be able to map their business solution in a way that is locally compatible and globally competitive as well. So we're looking at advantages of adversity for abundance. Advantages of adversity for abundance. The truth is this: you have to come to this reality that there is no adversity free path in life. There is no adversity free path in life. At every point in time, thing or the other to deal with. So adversity is not unique to anyone. It can be unique in the journey of success or becoming wealthy. Now, a simple illustration I'd like to give to you is the fact that there is juice in orange. The juice is the wealth of the orange. But you cannot get the juice without squeezing the orange. You've got to squeeze the orange to extract the juice. Are we together? So, and if you now want to make more money from the juice that you have gotten from the extracted from the orange, you can serve it fresh, right? And you all agree with me that freshly served juice is more expensive, more nourishing, has more value than processed juice, right? Now you are processing the juice so that you can have it in large quantity, store it. It becomes a store of value, and it can stay for a longer period of time. But if you want it fresh, as nourishing as ever, you take it fresh. So that's why I said that the fresh juice is priceless and is the most expensive and most rewarding, right? The other processed one that we have processed further, and there are some other preservatives that have been added to it that could, in one way or the other, may reduce its natural content, right? And now, what does that really mean in relation to our topic? Is the fact that what? For you to be able to have sustainable success, adversity is necessary, right? We are not saying that success is simple, but it is not easy, right? So all we are saying, to get rich or to become wealthy definitely you have to be processed. You have to be gold. The value of gold is increased or discovered, unveiled when it passes through fire. Gold has to be refined to command higher value. So if we are talking about adversity here, we are talking about the furnace. That's the furnace that prepare you for the fortunes of the future. So adversity is the furnace that prepares you for the fortunes of the future. Are we together? I want us to understand what exactly wealth is. Good for us to unpack the subject so that we can get the basics. And from there, you can extract what? Personal lessons for yourself. I'm glad that this particular topic is not just the one that AI generated. No, it's a personal encounter driven topic. And that's to tell you that Collins, who is the convener of this particular conference, has gone through a measure of adversity. He will still go through some. But his ability to be able to come out of this particular one is a measure of guarantee that those that will be coming in future, he was going to do what? Actually survive them. And is going to generate abundance of wealth from it. Like, for instance, I remember some time back, just like as he mentioned in the introduction, he called me and said his lives, he doesn't understand the way his life is in shambles, and he feels like committing suicide. You know, one thing is that when people feel like committing suicide, what happens is that they have stopped seeing anything good about themselves. So at such point in time, you remind them of and let them see that they are already at an advantage for being able to do the things that they have done before now. And the things that they have done before now are just a fraction of the things that they could possibly do. And so they won't allow the circumstance of the moment to bury the fortunes of the future. For instance, this particular conference that you are a beneficiary of right now will never have come to bear if he had taken the worst decision. That if you want to be the best, you must be ready to handle the worst. For you to be the best, you must be ready to handle the worst. So at that particular point in time, it was the worst moment of a part of his life. And because he's been able to handle that particular moment, today we have this particular conference, and we have a new company, a real estate company that he has started. He shared the registration with me, he shared the brochure, shared the logo and everything. So it's come out of the valley because of the vision, right? So what exactly is adversity? Now, don't forget, one of the critical and major assets of sustainable success and wealth is called adversity quotient. So when we say adversity, adversity is a situation, a condition, or a circumstance that is contrary to your intended desire or outcome. Let's say I want to go to school, and all of a sudden the chief sponsor, my chief sponsor, suddenly dies or loses his job. That's an adverse, it's in opposite direction. It shows negative position of what I want. The negative position of what I want is an adverse position. Now, while advantage, it is the result of my response. Advantage is the result or the interpretation of my response to my situation. Advantage, right, is the what? The result of my response to my situation. How can something become an advantage? We are saying that his adversity is his advantage now because of the way he responded to it. That's why we can call it an advantage. An advantage means benefit or gain of a particular thing. The benefit or gain of a particular action. Benefit from an action. Right? Are we together? Right? They say home advantage. That means what you enjoy because you are at home. Like now, this particular conference is powered by the advantage of what? The internet. What we make of the internet is what is the advantage of the internet. So whatever has advantage has disadvantage. Are we together? The disadvantage of an effort. The disadvantage of doing it. So what's the disadvantage of not being a part of this conference? You will lose the knowledge, the experience, the actionable strategies that can help you in a negative situation or when a negative. So it becomes an advantage when you don't allow what hits you to bury you. Are we together? So when we say adversity quotient, we are simply saying that what? Adversity quotient is the degree to which a person can handle a negative matter, circumstance, difficulty, a challenge, or a problem. And for how long the person can handle such a thing. The elasticity of your resilience is called adversity quotient. How long can you withstand this pressure? Opposite situation, opposite to your dream. So, and we're saying that adversity, it is impossible that you will walk through the whole of your life without adversity. To a large extent, adversity makes us wise to be able to maximize what we have, appreciate what is ahead of us. I remember very well, many years back, I was working in the bank, and all of a sudden one day I got to the office and I was told that my services were no longer required. What happened? I had lost my job, right? But why didn't he hit me so much? Even though he hit me, because no matter how well you prepare, when it happens, it has happened. So in moments of adversity, there are controllable situations, controllable factors, and non-controllable factors. This thing has happened. Can I reverse this particular situation? I cannot, because I'm not in control of it. I'm not the ND. My father is not part of the major shareholders of the bank, right? They don't even know who my father is. How do I come back? I don't have control over that. But I have control over how I handle the situation, right? So when it happened like that, when I got my letter, I was trying to log into the system and I couldn't log in they had yanked me off. Right? And when that happens, the first things that will run through your mind are so much. Hey, my salary will stop coming. Oh, all the plans that I had, what will happen to them? When I wake up in the morning now, I can't come to work. Oh, all the people to process those things. There's the likelihood of panic, right? And when you panic in the moment of adversity, there's decisions that will move you forward. Rather than failing forward, you will be sinking deep, make you take negative what? Actions on yourself. So as a matter of fact, adversity is compulsory for everyone that is breathing. So everyone that is breathing will undergo one form of adversity or the other in their lifetime. If it is not in their primary school, it will be in their secondary school. If it's not in their secondary school, in the university. If it's not in the university, when they start working. If it's not in when they are working, maybe marriage. If it's not where they are working, doing business. Was probably to be a model, and suddenly an accident will happen that will disfigure the person from modeling. But some people will never give up. Rather, instead of allowing what is supposed to sink them, they will begin to work so that they can create prosperity for themselves. Right? So you see, advantage is the benefit of an action, is the result of an effort. The reward for an effort is your advantage. Are we together? So advantages of adversity for abundance of wealth. What is wealth? Wealth is a comprehensive package. It simply means the well-being of your mind, your body, and your spirit. A man consists of three major components: his spirit, his soul, and his body. So his soul contains his will and his emotions. So a lot of people are rich but unhappy. I remember yesterday I was at a conference, and it was a mind-rubbing session for us to reflect, renew, to live, to breathe, to live, and to thrive. And one of the speakers that what suffering is a choice. So when the worst happen and you become anxious, even the Bible says you should be anxious for nothing. So when the worst happen and you are anxious, what you begin to do is that what? You begin to suffer yourself, because nothing grows with negative emotions. Nothing grows in negative emotion. So, and in adversity, you see a negative situation. But that does not mean you should become, your emotions should go negative. Are we together? That does not mean that your emotions should go negative. So, first thing I did was to take the letter, go to my office, knelt down in my office, and say a word of prayer. Lord, I thank you for how much you have helped me to do in this particular place. Please, Lord, I need your help. That was my prayer. And I stood up. And when I stood up, immediately I entered my car. I carried that letter, drove straight to my church. Right? When I got to church, I went before God again and knelt down and said, Lord, I brought my letter out the same way Hezekiah was given a certificate, a verdict of death, and he turned to you and you changed his position and added 15 years more to him. So, and I had to hang around until later in the evening, because going back home at that particular point in time will only multiply my issues. Why? Because my second son was just 10 days old, right? This happened February, and my son was delivered 2nd of February 2012. So exactly 10 days after my son was delivered was when I lost my job, right? So I had to hang around, and my mom was around to take care of. So coming back home when it's not official closing time is going to send a bad signal. So I'm going to amplify the adversity if I just come back home, right? So I didn't panic. Observe that what I did not panic. I simply know what I could do. And the ones that I could not handle, I handed it over to the one that can handle things, which is God. And then I stood around brainstorming on what I would do so that I can manage time until when it is closing time. And when it was closing time, I got back home and I pulled my wife into the room and told her, this is exactly what has happened, right? This is what has happened, though. But this is going to be between me and you. My mom must not know because my dad is late and I'm the one taking care of my siblings, right? So I'm like the father of the house. So if this happens to me, it will devastate her. She will leave when she's not even supposed to leave. It can cause a lot of problem. It can even affect her health. So I say, let this be between me and you. So every morning until when she leaves, I would leave the house like I'm going to the office. I'll hang around somewhere. When it's time for close, when it's closing time, I'll come back home like I went to work. And that's how I managed the situation until my mom returned back, right? And then I could face reality. And that was when I had to make a decision. Do I want to look for another job, or do I want to start a business or run on my own? And then what did I do? I decided that, okay, I don't want to work for anybody. I want to start building my own. And that was because before that happened, now I had been learning through on the job and had a vision to become a consultant. I remember having a session with, I was head of operations, with the entirety of my staff, telling them it was vision management. That the topic of that discussion on a Thursday was vision management. And I was asking them, where will you be in the next, 5 years? And I remember telling them that in the next 5 years, I will be out of this bank, and some of you will watch me on TV. Today, you are watching me on YouTube, right? That was just before that happened. And because of that, I had been engaging my skills, doing some things before that particular time. I've been facilitating in some professional bodies. I've been doing some things. So I say, okay, I'm going into full-time consulting. So I had to make a decision and then started the process of incorporating the company and all that. That got me engaged. But you see, I have turned that adversity into an advantage. I've even written a book on my experience. The title of that book is Recharge, right? Recharge and Refresh. How to overcome and overpower your negative moments, right? How to turn your setback into a comeback. Are we together? So you can see now, the wealth of everything that I share today is a function of the things that I've gone through. To a large extent, the things that you go through can tell what you will walk through, and that will determine your breakthrough. The things that you go through can tell what you will walk through, that will determine your breakthrough to a large extent. So, in order for us to define what abundant wealth simply means, is what I've said. Wealth is a comprehensive package. It has to do with your mental well-being, social well-being, physical well-being, spiritual well-being. And your major component is your spirit. So spiritual well-being is very important. Psychological well-being is very important. Social well-being is very important. Mental well-being is very important. Physical well-being is very important. So it is the composition of this well-being that determines your wealth. When we say social well-being, is your network. Like King was saying, that if I was not in his network, what would have happened? What would have happened? Mental well-being is the ability for you to process a situation and come up with a decision. So you see, suffering and struggling, they are choices, but none of them is an option. None of them should be an option. So the first advantage of adversity is that it reveals you to yourself. Adversity reveals who you are and what you are worth. Why did I say this? Someone said, and I quote, adversity gives voice to the strength of your belief. Adversity gives a voice to the strength of your belief. Do I believe in myself? Who exactly am I? You see, when that happened, it showed exactly who am I. Who am I? Who am I? One question many people don't ask themselves is, who exactly am I? You don't know who you are until something happens to you. The impact of that thing determines whether you are going. People get into situations, they break, they collapse, and they go into oblivion. But some people get into a particular situation, they come back. He had a bad business case, and he was indebted to a tune of 1 billion naira. And during that same time, within that same year, he made 1.5 billion that he has never made before. He went into debt. Even to feed his family was a problem. But he harnessed what he had and his social circle, low-hanging fruits. And from there, just one step that he took, money began to roll in. He is far better than who he was then. Adversity reveals you and your worth in the journey of your success. So adversity reveals who. You see, prosperity shows your friend. Adversity reveals your friend. So you can easily attract friends with prosperity, but it is adversity that will determine who exactly is your friend. So know your friends when adversity comes. So one of the advantage of adversity is that it reveals you, who you are, to you. It reveals who is what your journey. Are we together? So it will show you what you have inside. That's why you squeeze an orange and you'll find the juice. If not, you won't know. Some of the juice, when you squeeze it, is sour because it's not ripe. But the one that is ripe, when you squeeze it, the juice is sweet. And it adds value to your body system. So you see, so the first advantage of what? Adversity is that it reveals you. And one of the things that you need to succeed and to make money and to become wealthy, ability to know yourself, know your environment, know your opportunities. They call it SWOT. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know the opportunities ahead of you, and know what threatens you. It shows who love you that you are not aware of. It is in the moment of your adversity that you know exactly who loves you, but you are not even aware of. It reveals, it's a revelation. Adversity is not what stuff you are made up of. And every one of us will have a problem. That's the truth. Everybody will go through one period of adversity. Life happens, there will be seasons of adversity, there will be seasons of prosperity. Are we together? So shit success. A lot of people didn't learn how to manage what they have and value the people around them. Are we together? They didn't know how to manage what they have and the people that are around them. So they say once bitten, twice shy, right? When you fall at a particular place, what happens is that wisdom will make you mark that place. When you get to that point, you know how to handle that point so that you don't fall again. So one of the capital advantage, it reveals who you are to you, who is what your journey, and what is the what of your person. Are we together? So, like we say, what bats your confidence is what you have gone through, what you know, what you have experienced. When somebody is talking from experience, it's different from somebody who is talking from education. Even though experience is a personal education. Are we together? So somebody that read something and came to present it it cannot be as impactful, as influential, as income attracting as one who has experience, who has gone through it and survived. Are we together? So that's one of the capital advantage of adversity. Adversity is a must for everybody. If it has not happened to you, prepare for it. It will happen. It is even better if your own has not happened. If you have been having everything so smooth, I'm telling you that life is not a roller coaster. It will come. So prepare for it. Are we together? Prepare for it. Prepare for adversity. Why is there one in Egypt? Right? They thought they were enjoying. But as soon as they left Egypt, what happened? They came in contact with the Red Sea. Right? They came in contact with the Red Sea. They were hungry when they left Egypt. Because in Egypt, they were suffering and they were smiling. But they are going to Canaan, which is a land filled with what? Milk and honey. A slave, there will be adversity. Are we together? So when they got to the Red Sea, they had to take a decision. What will happen? So during the moment of their slavery, they were following instructions. They were under pain. They thought they were disadvantaged. But to a large extent, what will determine how they are going to manage Canaan are the stuffs that they learned to do in Egypt. So sometimes, some things that are tough, situations that are tough, are to toughen us for what is ahead. Tough situations are to toughen you for what is ahead. I have countless stories of adversity that has determined the level of wisdom, how I handle things, how I react to situations. I had a subordinate that I was bringing up, tutoring. He was not so good on the job. But I thought to myself, let's see how we can help this guy grow, right? And rather than recommending that he be sacked, I recommended that he be taken to a place that is in alignment with his strength. He became intoxicated by a revealed capacity, because while he was in cash and he was making blunders and having shortages and all that, making errors that could jeopardize everybody's chances, and that was an adverse situation. But that adverse situation leads you off where you are not to where you ought to be. I wouldn't be doing this now if I was still employed or something. I would have probably be doing something else, right? But that particular challenge that I didn't expect that happened, the unexpected, right? Sometimes the unexpected happens. What do? Some people became who they were when they lost their sponsors. They learned how to what? They learned the process from the beginning. Because the person that was giving them bread and butter is gone. And now they have to learn the hard way. Some ladies suffered heartbreaks. And during their heartbreaks, when they sat down to review, why was I the victim in this particular relationship? They harvested lessons and identified red flags. So adversity is a learning experience. One of the advantages of what? Adversity is the fact that it makes you develop a growth mindset. And you cannot become wealthy or abundantly wealthy without knowledge, without continuous learning, without consistency in growth, from stacking, from compound interest, from increase to exponential dimensions, right? And that cannot happen without learning, without the ability to learn, without a growth mindset. Growth mindset simply said that it happened. What can I learn from this part? That's a growth mindset. A fixed mindset will say that this is how it has been done. This is how it will continue to be done, world without end. But the disruptive way of enjoying an end, for instance, all the disruptions that have happened. Let me give you a typical example. The Instagram that you enjoy today, the Instagram photo and image was only a fractional part of the total application or solution. But it was because of the rejection of the market or the people that made them to sit down and check and analyze. Oh, it is the image part that people are more comfortable with. That's how they launch Instagram. And Instagram is a billionaire idea or billionaire products today. So to a large extent, adversity can come to showcase himself as a rejection. Adversity is like success rejecting you, that you are not fit, you are not qualified. Are we together? So, but a learning and a growth mindset helps you to be able to find the opportunity. I began to ask myself, what have I been doing? What can I do? The first thing that I did for King Eze when he was contemplating suicide was that, do you know that the things that you have been able to do, the people that are older than you, more educated than you, more exposed than you, have not even developed the courage to do it. And that's to tell you that if you can do this at this particular stage, there is more to which you can do in the future. So adversity helps you to value your vision, helps you to value your vision, help you to value your virtues. It opens you up. The mistake that many people make during adversity is that they see the adversity, that difficulty, as insurmountable. The moment you see that particular challenge, that it cannot be conquered, then the adversity will swallow you. Another mistake is that they focus on the negative instead of looking at the positive side of it. Why did I lose my job? Is it for me to start my business? Did I lose my job because I'm so bad? A lot of people say, is it because my appraisal was bad? Is it because I have a bad attitude? Is it because I have a bad boss? You keep looking at all that. Let me shock you. If you have a bad boss, right, and you are enduring the boss, it can look like an adverse situation. It may not give you the right appraisal, but you are simply learning how not to be a bad boss. So that when you become a boss, you won't want people to feel what you feel. It's only low or shallow reasoning people that want to say they will suffer what I suffer. I paid my dues. No. What proves that you have paid your dues is the fact that you are helping them to be able to know what to do, even when you are not there, not leaving them to experience. Yes, everybody will make mistakes. Allow your children to make mistakes, but ensure that you are there so that the mistake will not swallow them up. Some of the mistakes might be so damaging you will regret you are not a guide. So those are the things that we must what? Come to terms with. So adversity empowers what? Your growth mindset. Empowers continuity. It makes you to understand your coping skills. It makes you know your boundaries and your limits. In adversity quotient, there are about 4 things for you to know. 1, during adversity, you know what you can control. You know what you can endure. You know who you can reach. And you know what problems you can solve. So another advantage of adversity is that what? It opens you to problem-solving ability. And you can never become wealthy if you are not solving problem. Until you are solving problem, wealth is far from you. Because money is a reward for solving problems. So for you to be able to become wealthy, you must have the physical well-being, psychological well-being, social well-being, spiritual well-being, emotional well-being, to be able to create services that solve the problems of others apart from you. To solve your own problem and to solve other people's problem. So adversity will make you create, can make you creative, because you do critical thinking. In the moment of adversity, you are thinking. Let's take for instance now, if as I'm talking now, a lion enters into a room, I will not need tutorials to know where to go out from. That's when you know that you have the capacity to jump a high wall. When the lion is chasing you, you will not understand that what? You can jump a high wall. But when the lion is after you and your life is in danger, when you scale the fence, it is when you land, you will understand that, so I had the capacity to jump this fence. So you will not be able to ascertain what you can do, what you can achieve, until you are passed through the fire. So it increases, it exposes you to your toughness, mental toughness, problem-solving ability. That's what adversity brings you. It makes you critically think. You think on your feet. The moment it's happening, you start juggling ideas in your mind. What will work? You begin to what? You begin to check your options. Now the power is not in your choice. The power is in the options that you have. Your choice is useless when you have terrible options. If the two options you have is to commit suicide or to steal, none of them is good, because you can lose your life in the process of stealing. But look at it. Should I commit suicide or seek for help? Can you see that now? So your choice now becomes powerful because you have alternative options. You have a positive one, you have a negative one. So your decision making now becomes powerful. You now choose the one that is right for you. But when you have, so what options are available for you in the moment of adversity? And it is your mindset that determines, that helps you interpret your options. Your mindset, your belief system. Somebody will say, the moment they are in a fix, the only thing that comes to them are negative things, negative vibes only. Negative vibes only. So when you are full of negative vibes, only negative things will happen around you. There is no challenge-free path to success or to wealth. You can create, that's why a lot of people, some businesses die before they start. Simply because you have not factored in what the challenges of the customer will be. That is why you must have a knowledge of the pain of the customer. You must have a knowledge of the objections of the customer. What are the things that will stop this product from selling? So you would have answered all those questions before they ask. Then you will have a seamless sale. Why? Because you have done your homework. If not, you'll be facing rejections. And you will now say you are not selling. The business is in comatose. If the business is in comatose, what did you do? What are you doing that put the business at risk? What can you do now to take it off? Who can you talk to? So, like I said, adversity will reveal who is what your journey. So one of the advantages of adversity is that it also reveals your network. It will reveal to you your network, your relationship. A lot of people die in adversity because they die in silence. They die in what? In silence. They don't seek for help. Newsflash, everybody will not say no. During that your challenge, there's somebody looking for your type of challenge to handle or to support or to help. So to a large extent, adversity, your social, the value of your social network or your network, your net worth as well. So when you isolate yourself, so many times, because of crowd mentality, I was a good student in business. So I love reading, but man, I was having serious challenge in chemistry. My chemistry note was never complete and my score was never above 46. So I say, if I continue like this, I will fail. You see, that was a capital failure management. It's called U-turn management and failure management. I'm failing here. If I continue like this, I'll keep failing. When you are in a pit, stop digging. When you are in a pit, stop digging. Are we together? We know the story of that horse that was in a hole, right? And as people kept pouring garbage on it, rather than heat folding and allowing the sand and the rubbish they are pouring, she will shake it off and make it a step. And with endurance. So you see, adversity shows you your endurance level. Your endurance level. Adversity shows you it shows you, you can't succeed in anything without resilience. The ability to wait and keep working that thing until you become the person that thing can work for. Because success or wealth will test your patience. So you see, if you don't panic during adversity and you are patient during your adversity to become proficient, you will definitely prosper. Are we together? So these are the things. Focusing on the negative side will not help you. Isolating yourself will not help you. And seeing that particular adversity as insurmountable, never give up, never surrender to your difficulty. Rather, surround yourself with what will surmount that your struggle. Surround yourself, create a new atmosphere. If you have writer's block, listen to a music. You are blank, you can't think of anything, go outside. Sometimes when I want to write, I will just take a walk into the market and you will see what will happen. Lawyers do it. It's just like Mandela's long walk to freedom. They are confused about a matter. You find them, they'll just be walking, they'll be strolling around the streets and just be watching things. From there, you'll be catching glimpses of inspiration. It's just like in professional, like we are writing a professional exam and they bring you, there's this exam when you're writing your ICANN, right? It's called multidisciplinary case study. So the question will come with different dimensions that you have to harvest everything that you have learned through your study, your life as an accountant. They'll bring the one legal implication, financial implication, problem solving implication, teamwork implication, all will be packed together in that case study. They call it multidisciplinary case study. So they'll bring a complex problem that you have to dissect from every other angle for you to be able to come up with a solution. That's like adversity. They show you a company in dilemma. Within solving that problem, you are now going to start dissecting that. That's an adversity. That's how adversity looks like. So how you frame what has happened determines what you will experience to a large extent. So everybody will experience adversity, but how you handle your adversity is what determines whether it will become an advantage and it will bring you in. It will reveal you to a strength. Adversity will reveal you to a strength. Adversity will make you wise. Adversity will make you wise. If you see somebody that lost his job or probably lost his job to bankruptcy during recession, now look at how difficult things are. We have suddenly become wise, isn't it? During COVID, everybody learned how to make what do you call it, face masks. Everybody was saying hand sanitizer, right? We learn things. Challenges have a way of bringing out things. Recessions will always happen. The country is very tough now. Everybody's complaining. Things are very hard. This is the time some people will make money, because what people are complaining about, another person is buying their problem and supplying them solutions. So when you're able to buy people's problem, remember we said adversity of it, become a problem solver, right? When you become a problem solver, what happens is that, are we together? A lot of people have money making ability, but there are some people that until their chief sponsor is no more available, until the supply is cut off, that's the sincere truth. Today we have female drivers. There's a lady that drives truck around this my area. The day I saw her drive, she drives it conveniently. You now see women that are doing the jobs that they say that it's only men that can do it. You only become recession proof when you are able to do what? Handle adversity proof. A lot of people, their own adversity will be when they retire. Somebody say when you are working 3 hours that are inevitable, is either you resign or they retrench you or you retire. Is either you are retrenched, you retire, or you resign. So either they sack you, are we together? Or you retire. Do you understand? Or you resign. So if you know that those are the possibilities, you start guarding yourself while you're working. You make yourself indispensable. Indispensable in the sense that it's not as if they cannot do without you, but that if you lose this particular job, you have resident skill that will make you get another one instantly. You know what your opportunity gap is. You understand? You know your product market fits. You know how alignable your endowments are to your assignment. That's how you become adversity what? Proof. Adversity proof does not mean you will not undergo adversity, but you have mastered how to handle adversities. Are we together? So when you meet somebody who has waited to have a child for 10 years, the person can tell you, advise you on the risk of abortion. Or you see somebody that aborted and died, you know how to advise somebody else. Why? Because there are things that you have gone through that has made you wise and say, if you do this and you lose your womb. Me, I waited. It's not that the womb is not there. But when the womb is not there, there's no expectation. Are you ready to go through those trauma? So what you picture during adversity determines where you will feature. What you picture during adversity determines where you will feature. Where you feature, where you will be. What are you seeing in that moment of adversity? How do you see? What do you perceive? Do you see yourself as going down, or you see that what this could be my way, my gateway to victory? So we become creative. The advantages of adversity, it gets us what? Creative. It gets us what? Creative. We become creative. So, and the experience of our adversity becomes our personal stories that attract people to us. I'm telling you, you become a magnetic personality by the adversities that you have survived. There is no business that you have seen that didn't have a moment of adversity. But when they come to tell you their stories, that's when you understand the value of their glory. So every frontliner has a back end difficulty that they overcome. Someone was saying that, look at it this way, that one of the guys that won Guinness Book of Record on a particular in a particular category said that of his adversity that he developed the tenacity and the toughness to be able to do what he did. Okay, look at the nation, Rwanda today. Rwanda is becoming a flourishing state. Why? Because there was the adversity they went through. What did they do? They sought for help. They came and sat down and became wiser that this our ethnic bigotry and whatever ethnic violence is what is responsible for what has happened to us. So they sat down and say, this will not happen, this will not happen. They became wiser. And today we can see, because they removed those things that enhance their adversity. You can't be, Jim Rohn will say that you don't need to go to war. Get too careless in an unfortunate time. You only need to be what? A little careless in an unfortunate moment. He said you don't need to go to war to die. You only need to be careless in an unfortunate moment. So what you picture during adversity determines where you will feature. Lost their arms, occupational hazard. They lost their arms. They started an adversity. They can't function normally, right? Use their leg. Today we see people that don't have hands but can do the things that even those that have hands cannot do. We see people that are blind but their mind is not blank. People that are blind employing people that have eyes of ability. So disability is another type of ability. Whether in a business, or you are on a job, or you have a skill. 5% of the skills on the job today, by 2025, 2030, they are going to expire. You will need new skills. So if you don't start priming yourself now, what will happen? So these are the things. Adversity makes you emotionally intelligent. It makes you empathic. They say the best doctors are former patients. The best doctors are former patients. So the advantages of adversity are enormous, depending on how you view it. So it will make you emotionally intelligent. Someone who has suffered, who has been broke. For instance, Anthony Robbins said one of the things that he suffered was lack of food. Today, when he got out of that adversity, he knows what hunger means. He feeds millions of people on a daily basis. Why? He has become emotionally intelligent and empathic because of what he has gone through. So the advantages today, if the success soldier sees somebody that want to commit suicide, he say, my friend, come sit down, let me tell you. All those things that were giving you suggestion to commit suicide, they have happened to me. But see me today, I'm living. Don't try. We may not be where we want to be, but we have left where we used to be. We are on our way to where we want to be. So don't let the past consume you so much that your present is useless for your future. Don't let whatever has happened in the past to trap you and put you in a prison so much that your present state is so useless that it's not profitable for your future. Rather, let whatever it is that has happened to you, it has happened. There's nothing you can do about it. Don't continue to suffer. When you are in a pit, stop digging, because you'll be going down. Because the hangover will only hang you. It will multiply your debts. It will not rescue you. So don't start drinking. Say you are depressed, you go start drinking, you will pay for the drink. It's off your face. You will know how much more you are owing. It does not mean because the last relationship failed, then you allow the next person that you come in contact with to start bleeding for the injury that is not responsible for. No. Heal. Turn your adversity into an advantage. Know what the red flags are. Know what to communicate. Know questions to ask. Know what to look for in the relation, rather than passing the buck to the next generation or the next person. So it's inevitable for anyone that is going to be wealthy and successful. As a matter of fact, wealth is about description of how you overcome adversity. Wealth is putting poverty, misery at a respectable distance. You have developed wisdom to put misery, poverty at a respectable distance. Are we together? So adversity uplevels your courage. Adversity uplevels your courage and confidence. So once you survive a particular difficulty, it prepares and positions you better for the difficulties ahead of you. That's why students write exams. When you write exams, what happens? You get promoted. So your promotion is dependent on your performance in the exams. So there are paper exams, there are practical exams. Life will bring you tests. The test of life does not have timetable. It will happen anytime. It will happen when you didn't expect. So you must live prepared. So if you have not experienced any form of adversity, my dear friend, the adversity is coming. It's coming. And you don't know how heavy it's going to be. Prepare for it. If you are very wealthy, Jim Rohn will say, in winter, prepare for summer. In summer, prepare for winter. During rainy season, during holiday, prepare for when you are resuming back to work. When you are working, prepare for holiday. Are we together? So these are major things that adversity will do for you. It makes you risk aware. It will increase, up-level your growth mindset. It will make you risk aware. You become risk aware. You'll be aware of risk. You know your limits. You know your boundaries. It will show you yourself, personal discovery, right? It will show you ability to explore and engage situations. It will open you up to your problem-solving ability, right? It will tell you who is around you. You will check your friends and know the people that are around you, whether they are fake or they are real. You will know. You won't know your fake friends until you have challenges. You will not know who love you and you are not aware until you are in problem. The story of the Good Samaritan told us classically that the first two people that should love the man didn't actually love him. It is the one that nobody expected to love him that actually loved him. So its challenge revealed him to who actually loved him, who was a practical leader. So in life, you have to face challenge or you challenge yourself. That is the truth. So I believe that I've said so much in the little time that we have shared. And if there are anything that I've omitted, I know that maybe during the question that we have, because I know that I have another engagement in a couple of minutes time. So I know that Collins, very well. So whether it's health challenge, whether it's unexpected changes, you know, sometimes natural disasters will happen. What will happen? What do you do? If you lose your job, don't lose yourself. If you lose a loved one, don't lose yourself, right? You've got to learn how to move on. You have to learn how to move on. That's the sincere truth. You have to have a spring back mechanism, right? You have to have what? A spring back mechanism. A way of coming back after a setback, right? So, and that's the reason why adversity, the advantage is in the middle. Adversity is before you. So the advantage is what you do with your adversity. And then the outcome is what we celebrate. So if abundance wealth is your goal, you want to be wealthy beyond, that is a measure of plentifulness. Abundant wealth is a measure of plentifulness. is a measure of sufficiency beyond what you need, what you and your family need. A level of wealth that can empower many. A level of wealth that can empower a society, a people, a generation, that can be generational wealth. That's the abundance of wealth. Apart from generational wealth, it means dispensational wealth. That your wealth becomes the foundation for which the next generation wealth will be built on. Look at the internet. Look at the internet. Look at the internet. It has become the basis through which, at first, it was internet. Internet came, then AI. Can you see it now? AI has come. So the internet became a base for another dimension of wealth. Now, AI is generating a different dimension of wealth for people. Even those that are mentally lazy, but you can use. Now, we have come to the era of creativity, talent, and distribution. This YouTube channel now, before, if you want to do this kind of program now, you will go to a radio station, you go to a TV station, you know how much you will pay. But now, with your phone and internet access, you can create another wheels of what poverty are the things. Adversity will control you. Yes, when I was there, it was people's from people be unique somewhere in the damages and the window. Oh, what instead of knowledge in the person point where they will believe that. So I drown in the product is if you have a child, teenagers for you. And that was it. That was the day. He's a billionaire. With billionaire going to cheat him out of his chances, he would not have started. He would not have become who he is today. So the valley is a place where you can, right? So that is that. So adversity is not to bury us, is to build us, and it's a bridge to our breakthrough. So, all right, King, can you hear me? Yes, so can you hear me now? So it's been a wonderful time. So let me hear from you. So I think this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. If we have questions, then I can take your questions, right? Are you with me? Yeah. All right, Collins, over to you. Okay, it's like it's yes. So there's a lot of advantage in your adversity, and that advantage you must be able to convert it to bring you abundance. That's the truth. The wealth of your adversity is the lessons that you learn from it. The wealth of your adversity is the lessons that you learn from it. And now you apply those lessons to help yourself. These are the pitfalls to look for. These are the possibilities. Seek help when you are in a period or a season of adversity. Seek for help. Don't panic. Be patient, right? It's temporal. Yes, it will stretch you, but don't allow it to do what? To stress you. If you allow it to stress you, worrying will bring you stress. But the moment you are patient and look forward to the best, you are positive about that adversity, it will definitely bring you to that point of abundance. The abundance will come from what you have learned and how you are teaching it to others, right? Teaching it to others. So sometimes your pain, the pain you went through is going to save another person's pain. So, and that's when it, so those are the things that we must become mindful of. So that's the session for now. If anybody in the, you know, if
Let's lower that stuff. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for everything you've shared there. I don't know if you can hear me, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for
Yeah, sure,
everything
I
you
can.
shared there. We've done 1 hour 40 minutes. Wow. We even exceeded the time we first planned. Thank you, sir. God
Yeah.
bless you for everything. But I only have one question to ask you before you leave. I'll ask it. It's the one question, but
Yeah.
they will come in 3 ways. The question
All right,
is,
go ahead.
do you believe do you believe in wealth transfer? And what does wealth transfer means to you? And can anybody come from nothing to something? So you can answer now before we leave.
Yeah. O- Okay. I believe in wealth transfer. Yes. I believe in wealth transfer, but it is the mode of transfer that is the major issue. Wealth is wealth transfer because somebody else is going to pick up this and is going to learn from it and build his life from there and build his wealth from there. So wealth transfer is basically laying a foundation, giving the requisite knowledge, financial literacy, life literacy, understanding of the market, business models, problem solving, the skills, the money making ability, wealth creation, management, preservation, strategies, action, effort, like that. Transferring that knowledge to the next generation. That is the transfer of wealth. The transfer of wealth is not in material transfer. Material transfer without the knowledge of management and continuity is useless. There's no way you will be able to sustain what you don't know how it is created or how you don't know how to manage. So I believe in wealth transfer. The mode of transfer is what we should think about. The mode of transfer is passing on required information, capabilities, courage, confidence, environment that will enable them create their own wealth or build on the wealth that is already established. You get it? So that's my belief. Now, anybody can move. I've seen a million and one people who move from nothing to something. The the world has a big list of those who move from nothing to something, but at the nothing level it is struggles, but they did not. That is when you are in the trenches, you have nobody, you have no one, but you kept learning one particular thing. You believe that what you are not, you don't belong where you are. There is a better place for you. So your mentality, your mindset, you understand, your vision, what you can see for yourself, your belief in yourself, your abilities, your skills that you learn on the way, and how to apply them can bring you to stardom. Right? So wealth transfer, I believe in it. How can wealth be transferred? Passing on the mechanics, the process, the knowledge, the intelligence, the behavior, the character, the infrastructure, the tools, the skills that help you to create wealth, so that they themselves, the learning habit and aptitude, they can now manufacture their own wealth. Are we together? So that's really it. You can become something from nothing. Discover yourself. Who am I? What can I do? Who do I need? What problem does what I can do solve for another person? Who is the person that can pay me for what I can do the best way I do it? And if you, they said, it's Zig Ziglar that said, if you help as many people to get what they want, they will help you get what you want. So you can move from something to nothing. Like now, you may not have everybody today, you may not have anybody
Yeah, can
today.
move from
What you are
nothing to
doing now,
something.
if this conference goes viral and adds 500,000 subscribers to your YouTube channel, you have become something. You have become something. You have moved from nothing to something because you believe in yourself. You refuse to allow situation to imprison and bury you, and you kept going, and you kept learning and building, surrounding yourself with people that can help you get to where you want to get to. So believe in yourself, believe in the people around you, ask for help, get coached, get mentored, learn, humble yourself so that you can grow. Be grateful for what you have. So, like I say, in 3 dimensions: look up, look inward, look around. Look up to God, look inside yourself, look around you. You move from nothing to something. So that's it.
Wow, thank you so much,
That's
sir.
it.
We've done a lot. You've done a lot. You've, in
I
fact, you
believe I
just
answered
mentored. You've
your
answered my
question.
question. You've mentored a lot of people here. So get mentored, get coached to learn, unlearn, and relearn. That's when your invention starts, and that's how the wealth will be transferred
So did I answer your
by
question?
financial literacy. Yes, sir. You answered my question. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. So we have
So
come
I
to an
believe
end
it's
of this session. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. And bye for now. I love you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.